Welcome to Stop Dating Losers. Get your free relationship advice and so much more on my website. Subscribe and share this video with everyone you know, and let us go ahead and begin, shall we? All right, what do we have here? For men, if a girl says no, I'm not interested, they understand it as chase me. All right, let's just go ahead and start breaking it down because we're not going to go back to this. Okay, if a girl says no, I'm not interested. Okay, that means that they're not interested. What part of that can you possibly not understand? There is no... You got to be careful with this garbage advice that you find out there. You know, no means no. Last time I checked, it still means no. But this guy is saying they understand it as chase me. No. What are you even talking about? Understand it as chase me. Who's chasing who here? No. No means no. Okay? There's nothing more I could say about that. If a girl says, I don't like you, she is shy. No. She doesn't like you. What are we playing at? No means no. I don't like you. Move on. It's not rocket science, people. But it's dangerous garbage advice like this that's online everywhere that gets people into problems and possibly legal problems. You better believe it. If a girl rants about men in society, she is asking for male attention. No, she's just miserable. I don't think she cares about the attention that she gets. And if she does, it's just feeding her misery. That's what she's really after. The attention, if all she was seeking was attention by bashing men online all the time, then she would be happier, right? Because of the attention. No, the attention doesn't give her any added benefit. She'll always be miserable. She'll always bash men because deep down inside, she's miserable. Again, it's not rocket science. If a girl spits some facts, she is way too bold and talkative. No. There are plenty of women who spit facts, and they're not too talkative. Maybe they're the equivalent of a woman of few words, which is ridiculous. But, yes, anybody can spit facts is what I'm trying to tell you. And be bold. But who's too bold and talkative? You mean who gets noticed the most? In a crowd or in a huddle of a group of people? And that's just absurd. One person could barely say anything and get the most attention. It all depends. It's just blanket statements like these that are dangerous or ridiculous. If a girl earns more, she must have something going on with her. Wow. This is, talk about offensive. This is a blanket offensive statement. So if a woman is successful in her career, then she must be sleeping with their boss. You see the level of absurdity and offensiveness that this can get to, right? The levels. It's just off the charts. It's unbelievable that in this day and age, we find such ignorant people, especially online. I would hope to never meet such people offline, but unfortunately they do exist. But I highly doubt that they say this type of garbage offline in a public setting, maybe to their friends who are just as ignorant as they are. Or maybe they're trying to be polite and not tell them that this guy's stupid with the things that he's saying. I mean, but this is the level of absurdity that we're dealing with, people. And the saddest part is people who actually follow this garbage advice. I really cringe to say advice, but that's what he thinks he's giving. Legit, useful, helpful, truthful advice. Obviously, it's not. I hate to break it to anybody who doesn't get it or who disagrees. This is not good advice. This type of advice here is going to get you into problems or is going to make you look like a complete clown in a circus Okay, let's go ahead and move on, shall we? Unbelievable. You know, it never ceases to amaze me just how absurd so many people can be online, especially. I understand guys currently want a woman that makes the first move, etc. I'm not chasing no man. Come get me, period. Nobody's gonna come get you, sweetheart. What? Like, here we go. Now it's the woman's turn, right? Over to the toxic women, the ignorant women out there. Come get me. Nobody's gonna come get you with that type of just immature attitude, to put it kindly. What a waste of time for anybody who's gonna mess with this woman. You know? I mean, the first move, as if, it's a game, right? What kind of move are you talking about? You mean go approach you and talk to you? I'm not chasing no man. Well, who wants to chase anyone? What happened to just getting to know each other and taking things from there? Chasing. The illusion of chasing is absolutely ridiculous. Just because you go say hi to another woman, or a woman says hi to a man, that doesn't mean that you're chasing each other. Nobody's chasing. I mean, anybody who believes that they're chasing someone is actually doing the wrong thing. You don't chase after someone if they reject you. That's the most blatant, obvious example. The big red light. Sound the alarm. And chasing somebody who's trying to play hard to get. You see the word there? Playing? They're playing with you. They're treating it like a game. They're not worth your time either. Stop trying to chase people who are playing hard to get, and definitely stay away from this clown. This female clown who doesn't deserve to be called a real woman. Unbelievable. Well, we got a string of unbelievable comments now, don't we? All right, next comment. I never understood the stop chasing men and go focus on loving yourself comments. Why do people automatically assume because you desire marriage, you must not focus, love, and or take care of yourself? Yeah, I agree. What is up with that? Stop chasing men and go focus on loving yourself. Well, number one, you shouldn't be chasing men. You should be approaching men. I mean, but if you consider the word to be approach, chasing someone, I kind of feel sorry for you because, like I said before, you got to get rid of the word chase. The only chase you should ever hear of is possibly your bank, if you bank with them. But chasing someone is absolutely ridiculous. So approaching a man, you can focus on yourself too. I don't see, self-improvement is a constant. You should always strive to improve yourself. Whether it be socially, emotionally, mentally, physically. I mean, it just because somebody wants somebody to live with in a loving marriage, a lifelong relationship, it doesn't mean that they stop focusing on themselves. Could something bad happen to them mentally, emotionally, or physically? Absolutely. They could get out of shape. Maybe their memory could start fading. It depends on your level of stress and how well you carry your new lifestyle with your partner. Many partners in a relationship, in a marriage, they do tend to let go of themselves. But it's circumstantial. It's not a blanket statement. It's not a guarantee that just because you get married, everything's going to go south. No, it's up to both of you to maintain everything that you guys started with. Or improve. Maybe you guys throughout the marriage improve on yourselves so much that you're far better than when you started together. That's the goal. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the next comment. That one's a little too easy. All right. Why giving too much attention to a girl always backfires? All right, here we go. Human psychology is simple. Is it? Is it though? We only value what feels earned. When you give a girl unlimited attention from day one, constant texting, instant replies, full emotional availability, she doesn't see it as love. She sees it as cheap. Oh my goodness, that is entirely false. Only a toxic or a messed up woman would see that as cheap. Meanwhile, pretty much all the rest of the women love that. They love that type of attention. You see, when you insist on going with the toxic woman who considers that level of attention cheap, that's the wrong woman for you. Understand? Why? Because attention, just like money or status, becomes meaningful only when it reflects selectivity. What are you even talking about? This isn't a garage sale where you say, "Hey, you can have it. It's for free," and then nobody wants it because they think, "Oh, that must be broken. Maybe nah, it's not valuable because if it's for free." We're not at a garage sale. There is no human psychological factor here, and it's not that simple. Let me just break it down to you in a simple way. Since you like simplicity, you're a fan of simplicity. So am I most of the time. A woman should appreciate constant texting, instant replies, of course, when necessary. It all depends in context, in the situations. Okay, it's not like constant, like you're addicted to your phone. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about healthy levels of texting, instant replies. Yeah, sure, you should reply as soon as possible if you have the time, if you're relaxing. Why not? If they're important to you, go ahead. But you shouldn't be held accountable and say, well, why didn't you apply right away? And see, that's toxic behavior. You're like, hey, be realistic. Are they at work? Are they busy? Are they working out or something? It's all situational. You can't just say, well, they're going to constantly text you and you have to instantly reply. These are exaggerations. Full emotional availability. Every woman wants that. And in fact, every man wants that. Every real man wants an emotionally available woman. And all women want a fully emotionally available man. What are you even talking about? Unbelievable. And so they say here, because attention, just like money or status, becomes meaningful only when it reflects selectivity. No, it doesn't. Attention is one of the it's like the cornerstones in any healthy relationship, successful relationship. My goodness, another person who thinks they're spitting facts when they're not. They're obviously not. Nothing useful. Almost pure garbage there. Let's go ahead and move on. Some of us don't want perfect love anymore. Wow. That means you're miserable. You're pathetic. You're weak. What more can I say? We could have stopped right there, but let's go on. We want clear, respectful, peaceful love. What does that mean? What does that mean? That love is all of that. Love is very clear and straightforward and respectful and peaceful. Love is so much more than that. Turns out, all right, here we go. As you heal, your standards shift from do they want me to do they fit the life I'm building? Okay, so your partner is an asset? Because if your partner doesn't want you, I don't understand what the point is of being in a relationship with them. To want you is everything. The want, that's everything. They have to want you more than anything else in the world. Because if you don't start with that level of love, you won't ever have a lifelong relationship together. It's going to fail. That's what it's going to turn out to be. Do they fit the life I'm building? What kind of life, what other thing is more important than love? Can you guys work together to accomplish the goals that you both set out to do together? Because that's the secret. You guys got to work together. And you guys got to be willing to change. So perhaps the life that you're trying to build is not going to be suitable for your guys' relationship, depending on the circumstances. You have to be flexible. You have to bend with the winds of change. Now, don't bend to the certain point where now you're miserable. No. Both of you have to find, it's not about compromise. That's garbage. Never compromise. There's always a way to where both of you can agree that this is the best for both of us. You both agree. You both are happy with the decision. Don't ever compromise. You can have your cake and eat it too. Together. It's your guys' cake. All right, so from chemistry to clarity. Chemistry is another cornerstone. It's probably the heart of the relationship. Chemistry turns into much more than just a little spark. It's supposed to be a bonfire for the rest of your life together. Clarity. That's part of clarity. You know, through the chemistry, love is born. Falling in love. You're not just making, you know, when you have sex, that you're making love. And if any guy cringes when they hear that, they're a horrible candidate for any woman to fall in love with. Because you are making love. It goes from chemistry, something's going on, we got good chemistry. Then it turns into, wow, I'm starting to fall for you. Yes, fall in love. Now you have the mental and emotional clarity because you know that you want to spend the rest of your life with this person. That's all the clarity you need. Chemistry is not a bad thing. Why would you want to turn it into from chemistry? Chemistry is clarity. Clarity is chemistry. I can't be any more clear than that. Crystal clear. From intensity to emotional safety. What does emotional safety even mean? What are you talking about? Intensity. You want the most intense relationship ever in a good way. Passion, chemistry. Your partner really wants you. So you're kind of backwards here. You got it all turned upside down here. Emotional safety. You are safe mentally, emotionally, physically with a partner who has great chemistry, intensity, passion. They really want you for the rest of their life. That's emotional safety and much, much more. When your definition of love changes, your type, your pace, and your yes also change, what are you talking about? That's how you know you're evolving, not losing hope. What are you talking about? This guy's all over the place. What are you even talking about? It sounds like you're intoxicated. It really does. This makes absolutely no sense. And it's so sad once again because they think that they're actually teaching people something when you're actually not. So turns out, as this person says, turns out that you got really nothing to offer anyone. Some of us don't want perfect love. That's what being in love is all about, perfecting your love for each other. Perfection, it does exist. Because when you master the art of love, that is perfection. When there's nothing that you guys could possibly argue about because you guys are so perfect together. You guys are so perfectly happy. You're more than just satisfied. That's true love. Anyone who doubts that perfect love exists is a fool and not worth anybody's time in this world. I'm going to leave it at that because I can go on and on about that. So if you made it this far, it's time to become a free member on my website. You'll get free relationship advice and so much more. Also, drop a comment with the topic that you'd like for me to go over, and it'll possibly be in a future show. Much love, everybody.